San Miguel chance to cut into this 9-point lead. Custodio to a running Pingris. Lots of time on the shot clock. This is Siegel. It looks like the offense is going through him now that Peña's not in the game. Danny Siegel, his second field goal of the ball game.
And a good thing about Danny Siegel for San Miguel is that he's not settling for jump shots. You see him drive strong to the hole, and nobody can stop him, especially if Ronald Tubin is on top of him. Oh my gosh, another 3-point shot.
JJ Helterbrand, we talked about his lack of explosion in these first 2 games. And especially now without Olsen Racela, I mean, that might give them the confidence. I mean, 2 things can happen, obviously. I mean, you can gain more confidence, or you can really let down a little bit knowing that the opponent is not complete. And our hot seat player, so far, so good.
Mythical first team selection in 07-08. Already Barangay Ginebra with 4 3-point shots.
Siegel once again, this time against Wilson, hangs in the air. Short on the jumper. Ahead they go once again. Valenzuela. And his pass almost a turnover. Helterbrand. Stolen away by Custodio. Here comes San Miguel. Custodio weaves his way in the front court. Kicks out. Hugade for 3. Helterbrand, Panisi back on defense. JJ ahead to Valenzuela. Valenzuela swatted away. Denied by 3 San Miguel players.
Nick Panisi standing his ground on defense. Hold it, hold it. Jude Valenzuela. And Mark Pingris.
And that was in the backcourt. Valenzuela was clobbered through a block by 3 San Miguel players. Off the block. And I think there was some words exchanged. Pag nasasapag na Cuneta kasi, I think psychologically you want to get him back.
Oh yeah.
Here's that play. Well, this is after the fact.
Well, ito, nag-iipitan eh.
Yeah, I think there was an arm lock there. Just a friendly hug from Valenzuela and Pingris, I think. Another turnover for San Miguel. Here's Helterbrand ahead to Valenzuela. Valenzuela crosses over against Hugade. He gets a screen from Eric Mick. Valenzuela still has it. Tries again. His pass. As Salvacion blocked away as well. And last touch by Ginebra. And who says basketball is not a contact sport? Here's Custodio.
Very physical right here.
Panisi out to Custodio, takes a 3-pointer.
That's big.
6 points now for the Bonfire.
Well, that shot of Dondon Custodio will earn him respect from the San Miguel Beer defense. You have to be an outside threat to be able to get the defense to commit to you outside. It gives you opportunities to drive in.
Here's JJ Helterbrand, inside, outside. Our hot seat player.
And exactly the point that I was making. You respect the outside shooting of JJ Helterbrand. So if the defense goes towards him on the outside, gives him an ability to drive around his defender and find an opportunity to score inside.
He's got 14 of the 31, or the 30 of Barangay Ginebra. Earlier, another turnover for San Miguel, Lordy Tugade. He's one of the guys that, also can explode at any moment. And you just win. Helterbrand, 17 points and counting for Helter Skelterbrand.
And Barangay Ginebra's 3-point shooting so impeccable now at this stage. They're going 50%. And here we go. Another turnover against San Miguel.
We do have a timeout. That was called by Mick Penisi. 33-21. Barangay Ginebra up by 12.
No turnover that time. Just a timeout.
A fourth member of our coverage here, Mika Abisames, is also at courtside for a report on Ginebra's three-point outburst.
All right, thanks, Jude. You know, one thing I actually followed during this quarterfinals was actually the system of Ginebra when it comes to three-point shooting, and the numbers show that if they actually do well here today, which I think they're doing, they might have a chance to win the San Miguel Beermen. And of course, when it comes to this, I felt that the best guy to talk to is their shooting coach, the triggerman Alan Caidic. He said that they give the guys extra time during practice to really work out their long-range shooting, and when talking to them, he goes back to his time and how he remembers being very disciplined because he knew how much responsibility he had in getting the ball to the basket. And Ronald Tubet actually shared with me that whenever they do well in shooting in a game, this would mean that they beat Alan Caidic in practice. Jude and Kinito?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Well, I don't know if you can beat Alan Caidic in shooting at any time, but you know, what better teacher? I mean, for shooting. I mean, that is a prime example, Kenito. Paul Artadi, back in the South Green Hills, back in the UE Red Warriors, back in Pure Foods, never had an outside shot. You put in Alan Caidic, teach this guy how to stroke it, and he has been a threat from the outside.
Well, you can't get any better in terms of timing that courtside report from Mika Abisames talking about three-point shooting, and Artadi hitting Ginebra's sixth three-point shot in this game. And you know, I was breaking down the results. Barangay Ginebra's games against San Miguel in this conference. In the two victories of Ginebra over San Miguel, they have averaged 14.5 three-point conversions. But in their two losses, they averaged 7.5. That's a major difference. So very, very clearly, if Barangay Ginebra is on rhythm from the three-point distance, they win.
Well, so far, so good. If that's the barometer, Helterbrand has been leading the way. Eric Menk inside, good fake, but Pingris right there. Ahead they go. Hontiveros, the foot race against Ronald Tubid. And a foul is called.
They call the foul. I think that's a good call. Tubid pushing off Dondon Hontiveros, so he's not able to get control of the ball.
Well, you got to give credit to referee Kilingen, because that play, here's the block by Mark Pingris, and that's a clean block. And they push it to Dondon Hontiveros. Referee Kilingen, you see him on the left side. He's trying to chase the play down. And you got to be in shape to be able to see that play. Mark Pingris, a nice layup. Interior points for San Miguel.
And that's something Coach Duncan is emphasizing, that his players need to take the ball up close, get a high percentage shots, and take advantage of their size.
JJ against Hontiveros. Artadi once again from the corner, drives left, passes off, hands off, Ronald Tubit, floats in the air, book it.
Another assist for Barangay Ginebra, and that's assist number 11 now, as against only 5 for San Miguel. So we talked about San Miguel trying to space the floor to get better passing opportunities, wider passing lanes. That's not happening.
Here's Villanueva now in the ball game. The drive inside, gets past the defense and lays it in.
And Villanueva very quietly has scored 5 points. Didn't play in the first 2 games against Barangay Ginebra because of a shoulder injury. But now he has to play. Olsen Resela is watching this game in a locker room.
Helterbrand out to Eric Menk. Eric Menk tries to find some space. Found Willie Wilson. A nice cut from the weak side.
12 assists and counting for Barangay Ginebra. They're getting the spacing and the open opportunities.
Well, the three-point shots going in certainly has helped their offense in making sure San Miguel respects it and spreads it out. Valenzuela back on the floor for Barangay Ginebra. I think he replaces, who does he? I think Pacana is the guy he replaced. Let's go back down to Patricia Hizon for another report.
You know, interesting insights from Coach John Wichiko at the start of this ball game. He says he didn't make drastic changes between games 1 and 2. They did shoot better in game 2, though, as compared to the first quarterfinals battle. They know that San Miguel can shoot the lights out, especially with Dondon and Bonbon. They just got to limit their touches and give them tough shots. Now, it's important for Ginebra not to go into shooting contests and to keep the battle close, but obviously pulling away like they did and like they are doing is obviously much better. Coach Zhang added that even if they lost game 1, they lost to a team that's 10 to 15 points better than them normally, and winning game 2 showed that they can compensate through better execution, and that explains their fighting form here in game 3. Jude?
Well, that's a lot of rhetoric from Coach Jong Joseph Chico. Of course, he's gonna try to play the underdog role.
What did he say? 15-point difference.